How do they cry on cue? How? How? Sorry about that. Hi everyone. First of all, let me just apologize for missing last week. Typhoon 2020. Stop. Just stop. Stop. Anyway, I am back with another episode of K-Drama REBview. But, what are we gonna talk about today? Well, mental health is something the world is still trying to get better at understanding. Dito sa Pilipinas, I grew up thinking that calling someone sira ulo or baliw is normal. Thankfully, I grew up at maraming nagturo sa akin na that's a no-no. Over the years, movies and TV shows have been working towards making people understand mental health a bit better. Share ko lang, some of my closest friends have mental health conditions, and they're the farthest thing from being called crazy. In fact, if you saw us in a public place together, you're probably more likely to stay away from me because of my sudden outbursts of like dancing and singing. I would like to sincerely apologize to the supermarket shoppers that have had to go through that. Sorry. But anyway, back to my friends. They're genuinely loving people, and they're some of the best people I've ever met, and they inspired me to write this one. So thank you, friends. I'm very proud of you, and I love all of you. I'm a firm believer that more than entertaining, art is a powerful tool to tell necessary stories. War, corruption, oppression, injustice. You know that feeling when you can't help but be grateful that you got to watch something? Yung tipong lalabas ka sa sinihan tapos sasabihin mo dun sa camera, "Panoorin nyo! Ang sarap ulit-ulitin! Ang galing-galing ni Piola!" There's something about watching something that hits you on a different level. It stays with you forever. For me, that's It's Okay to Not Be Okay. But why should you watch it? Let's break it down! You know. Tara! Join me on a crazy K-drama adventure as I review the hottest shows from the past and the present. Annyeonghaseyo, my name is Reb, and this is K-Drama REBview. Warning, spoilers for early episodes ahead. Don't worry, I won't tell you how it ends. If you want to see my rating, skip to this timestamp. It's Okay to Not Be Okay is a story about two men and the right... Wait. Let me try this again. Once upon a time, in the 300-year period known as 2020, there lived two brothers, Moon Sangtae and Moon Gangtae. Sangtae, the older brother, has autism, while the younger brother, Gangtae, is a hospital caregiver. Needless to say, he also takes care of his older brother 24/7. They have spent most of their lives like nomads, moving from town to town, never staying for more than a year to run away from something. Meanwhile, just beyond the trees and concrete buildings, there lived Kumu, a successful children's book author who would probably eat children for breakfast. She's J.K. Rowling with added kleptomania, but minus the transphobia. That's the... whatever this is. Their worlds collide when the sharp object enthusiast meets the world's hunkiest caregiver after a book reading event goes wrong. Entranced by Gangtae's abs, good looks, and inability to feel pain from any form of stabbing, Kumu makes it her mission to see him by any means possible. She employs harsh methods, including but not limited to kidnapping, bribery, having employees do background checks on him, teaching literature to mental health patients in the hospital where he works, and using his older brother as leverage whenever possible. When the brothers choose to move back to their hometown, the author who knows no comfortable shoes nor ugly outfits follows them. As the story unfolds, the monsters and witches of their past are revealed. Will they live happily ever after? Told in the style of fairy tales, this quirky series is one of the most popular dramas to come out in 2020. With its perfectly paced story and compelling characters, it has turned heads and captured hearts all over the world. If you search for any list of best K-dramas of 2020, you're definitely gonna run into this one. There are a million reasons to love this odd mix of Romeo and Juliet, Patch Adams, and I Am Sam. And here are a few that really stuck. The strength of genuine human connections is probably my favorite subject in this K-drama. Flawed characters are the best vehicles for any kind of story. K-dramas are masters of this underdog formula. It's Okay to Not Be Okay knows that and multiplies it by 3. You have a caregiver who takes care of everyone but himself. You have a children's storybook author who definitely has some antisocial personality disorder, plus a dark past, and a 35-year-old man living with autism and having to deal with the prejudice that comes with that. It's the easiest thing to invest in these characters. Episode 1 pa lang, mahal mo na. You can't help but root for them. When these weak people lean on each other, when their lives get intertwined, magic happens. These are some of the best character arcs I've ever seen. The love between the Moon brothers especially is something I will never ever forget. The characters are amazing. As with any great story, the push and pull within every character is what makes it interesting. Moon Gangtae having to divide himself between two people, for example. That story alone is so captivating. Moon Gangtae feels like he has to carry the weight of the world. He has to suppress himself. He has to devoid himself of any kind of pleasure because he believes he's always gonna be in the service of his brother. He doesn't have any connections that lasts for more than a year, save for maybe 1 or 2. No relationships, no travel, no dates. Moon Gangtae belongs to Moon Sangtae. He protects him, waits for him, learns taekwondo for him, does multiple jobs for him, rides a bus sad for him, eats sadly for him, because Sangtae depends heavily on his younger brother. Enter Ko Moon-young, a woman who is the expert on pushing people away. If she were a road sign, she would be "Do Not Enter," size 300, all caps, written in blood. And the sign eats your face. But when she develops an obsession for Moon Gangtae, she competes for his attention. Of course, it's a love story. It's a K-drama after all. But how the drama manages to not only make it about that makes it amazing. It's not just a story of love. It's about acceptance, tolerance, and understanding. It's Okay to Not Be Okay exposes its audience to a wide range of mental conditions. PTSD, dissociative personality disorder, manic disorder, etc. Usually, when these conditions are addressed in popular media, the portrayal may be dark or grandiose. I truly appreciate how this series didn't only normalize talking about these conditions, but told them in some of the most imaginative yet real ways. Fun fact, apparently, the screenwriter Jo Young based the drama on her own love story with a man who had a personality disorder. The series expertly portrays these mental health conditions in different cinematic styles. That PTSD scene specifically, I felt overwhelmed. It just manages such powerful storytelling. As in, tatamaan ka talaga. You don't have to have a mental condition para maapektuhan ka. You only have to have a heart. You should watch it. Watch it with a loved one. Oh no! Watch it with your sibling. Do it! Okay, performances. Where do I even start? The supporting cast alone, they're already worth investing in. Park Jin-joo is quite hilarious. Kim Mi-kyung as the mommy ng bayan is just the best. She's the best. She's just the best. Watch her in The Heirs or Inheritors. She always plays the best mom. Kim Chang-won as Director Oh is so hilarious and endearing. Park Kyu-young as Nam Ju-ri is quite adorable. The way her personality changes when she drinks, it's really something to watch out for. Kim Joo-hun as Lee Sang-in is quite funny as well. Poor guy. Poor guy. And also sometimes you're like, you deserve it! Ginusto mo yan. Kang Ki-dong as Jo Jae-soo is the most dedicated friend there probably is. Ever. There is not a bad apple in this cast. No bad egg. Just all good apples, all good eggs, and they all just make a great set. It's just wonderful. And now, the leads. Kim Soo-hyun as Moon Gang-tae. Man, it hurts. As a performer, the goal isn't only to make people laugh or cry. It's about affecting them on a level that resonates with them even deeper than that. It goes deeper than emotions. And this guy is so good at that. He's the perfect underdog. He's an award-winning actor after all. And he looks like this. Come on! So Ye-ji as Ko Moon-young is like a goddess. That's the most accurate description I have. She is so distractingly beautiful sometimes. How are you real? Nanonood ka lang and then you just go, ganda talaga niya. 5 minutes later, ganda talaga niya. Maybe like 3 scenes later, grabe ang ganda niya. That's her. And she's a brilliant actress. When she throws tantrums, it's hilarious and annoying, and you feel pity for her as well. You can tell she's an intelligent actress as well. It's not all just bells and whistles that, oh yeah, I'm pretty, look at me. Look at my waistline if you can see it. Because around episode 6, she wears this outrageous outfit where you're like, does she have a waist? It's like, I can measure it with my hand. You'll get it when you watch it. She's such a beautiful person and such a wonderful actress. The kilig level is through the roof. Seriously. And of course, Oh Jung-se as Moon Sang-tae. He's just the greatest man who ever lived. Sean Penn levels of brilliant. It's just the highest caliber of acting you'll ever see. It's hard for me to think of words to describe it. Every time he's on screen, you just feel for him. You just want him to have everything. I can spend an entire video just talking about his performance in It's Okay to Not Be Okay. It's been days since I finished watching it, and I still get glimpses of his moments. There are particular moments I can't talk about, but I swear, I'm at a loss for words. I get emotional thinking about it. And it speaks to me as well, because I have a cousin who has autism. I'm reminded of him every time I watch him on screen, and wow. Full disclosure, I would rewatch some of his scenes. I would break down every single acting unit that he has. It is just so incredibly seamless how he goes from point A to point B. It's a wonder to behold. I am singing his praises because he deserves it. Give this man all the awards. It's the best acting I've ever seen in a K-drama. He can make a stone feel something. Just watching his performance makes you learn something. Not only as an actor, I mean, it's my trade, but it makes you learn something about life. Just go ahead and watch it. Tell me in the comments how much you loved it, how much you loved him, how much you loved all of them. Hands down, these are some of the best performances you will ever see. I know I say that a lot, but they're all great. Korean actors just can't seem to be bad, which is funny because if you notice, most Western actors who act in Korean dramas are, you know what I'm talking about.
This party's gonna be amazing. Let's go. Jesse said you should.
Korean actors are just at the top of their game right now. It's hard to find a bad performance. All you need to do is watch the first 5 minutes and you will know exactly what you're in for. Crazy transitions, seamless animations that just blend so perfectly well with the series. Scenes framed in ways that have that signature Korean style. I mean, you can't ask for more. And that whole bit of Sang-tae having the time of his life. Those are all the scenes you need to watch to know exactly how visually beautiful, how haunting this show is. I would imagine it's a film major's dream. Have you seen It's Okay to Not Be Okay? Rate it using my K-drama REBview rating system. 5 out of 5 is Itaewon class of its own. 4 out of 5 is nakakaloke. 3 out of 5 is K naman. 2 out of 5 is K lang. And 1 out of 5 is K wag na. It's Okay to Not Be Okay heals the soul. It's not just a TV show. It's an experience. If you haven't seen it yet, please do. I highly encourage you to do so. It's 16 episodes of life lessons, wonderfully written characters, and truly compelling stories. It's heartbreaking yet euphoric. Painful yet cathartic. Unbearable in moments yet inexplicably beautiful. It's real life. And those are the stories that remain with us. This masterpiece of acting, writing, and production belongs to the god tier of Korean dramas. It gets a 5 out of 5 because it's okay to be on an Itaewon class of its own. It kind of broke my rating system. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Please check out our other videos and please leave a like and give us a subscribe. Thank you for watching episode 3 of K-Drama REBview. My name is Reb and let me know in the comments kung anong drama mo. Annyeong!